When I had free trial of PS Now a while back, I instantly played 3 games. Onichimbara's Z2 Chaos, Knights of Azure 2, and this one, Mitsurugi, Kamui, Hikae. It caught my eye at the time because I've never heard it or seen this game before. I checked it out and it's actually pretty solid, so let's dive into it. This is Combat Overview. In these series of videos I go over just that, the combat. To be a visual manual in a way and to give a more in-depth look into what a game has to offer, because too many reviews gloss over gameplay, calling it a button masher, or giving it the blanket statement, it's like DMC. So pressing square would do a 4-hit melee attack combo, triangle would do this 3-hit combo with our katana. No unique enders, but these attacks will chain into each other pretty quick. But about the katana, there is a little exploit with it, so let that first swing come out, then hold forward to reset to neutral, then quickly tap triangle again and repeat. You can just loop this with ease on everything, no matter what enemy type or how big of a group. But these easy loops can only be done if you didn't buy a certain move, because pressing forward and triangle should have you shoot forward, getting you close to start your combos and knocking down whoever you hit. We could jump once with X, and we can do some stuff here, but first, by pressing forward and square we do our launcher. It won't work on heavier enemies though, but it can act as a pseudo dodge, which is pretty neat. Alright, so after we do that launcher we can do 3 things. You can do one basic katana slash with triangle, you can do this Kamen Rider dive kick with square, or we can do this EI strike, which I'll talk about more soon. On circle we got this charge move. Hold it long enough and it'll do this very powerful attack, but takes a long time to get there though. Now if you need to get that fully charged version of the attack out now, tap R1 while holding circle to speed this up at the cost of a katana gauge. Just don't get hit because it'll cancel it, losing all that meter you spent. Well, since I mentioned it, the game's unique function is this katana gauge shown by this blue meter under our health, with an extra bit at the end to let us know we got some stocked up meter. Okay, so how it works is similar to Onichimbara's Blade Wipe and No More Heroes Beam Katana Recharge. This meter will be used up as you attack with your katana, but that's where our melee attacks come in because those hits will refill this meter with each hit. And you don't want this to run out because you won't be able to use katana anymore if it's empty. Alright, so to go back to that charge attack, it actually has another use. So if you tap circle right as an enemy or boss hits you, you do this flashy attack that deals massive damage. Now it's a very small window to get this off. Believe me when I say this because I know a little bit about precise inputs. It's not because I'm bad, I swear. I can do Smash Ultimate's versions of Kazuya's 2-frame window electric wind god fist back to back. But yeah, if you're really feeling yourself and are confident on your timing, you can do this very high skill level move. R1 triangle would do this EI strike. Now, I know it looks similar to that charge attack from earlier, but the difference is it'll quickly knock down enemies with very little meter. Unlike that charge attack where you gotta wait a while for it to charge, or spend an enormous amount of meter to fully charge it. So it's a good middle ground move to crowd control. Just keep in mind that it won't knock down heavies, but also damage them. And like I mentioned before, we can do this attack in the air. R1 square would do the sweep, stubby but quick way to check those enemies up close. R2 would do this anime sheathing your katana to do the final blow type of move, which is pretty cool. Thing is, this move will only affect enemies who are in a weakened state. You just gotta hit an enemy enough and we'll put them into it, shown by them being red. They'll take more damage, easily staggered, and like I said, allows them to be hit by that sheathing attack. Also, heavies that are in the weakened state can now be launched. Now as you land all these hits, you'll see these red rings appear on your katana. And the more you have, it'll make that sheathing attack more powerful, give more health drops, and refill more katana gauge. And once you do that attack, those rings will go away. And honestly, you can loop this sheathing attack over and over for free. Thing is though, you're not letting those rings build up, so it'll stay pretty weak. But alright, when it comes to the enemies, they'll definitely come after you and fight back. There's probably only like 6 enemy types, 3 being recolors, but it's still enough to mix things up. Okay, let's see how we can deal with them. L2 will block, and it'll auto block in all directions no matter what, but don't stay there for too long because they will mix in some guard breaking attacks to open you up. And every time a block, we'll do a parry. It looks a bit off how it just snaps into it, but at least it's ready to be used when you need it. Keep in mind, just because it's snappy doesn't mean you can just mash it to get easy parries. You actually gotta time it. Alright, so after a perfect parry, we can quickly go into our attacks, but if you hold L2 on that perfect block and press triangle, you do this little AoE attack that sends them away. So to dodge, just move the left thumbstick and press L2. Seems to have a good amount of iframes. Dodging and blocking won't cancel our attack animations, but since our attacks are fast as it is, you're going to be able to block and dodge fast enough as if they were. You can lock on by holding L1, but there's also a powerful soft lock on too. You will just auto turn around to the closest enemy if they're in range. So the circle to the left basically acts as our style rank. It will level up as you land hits and get parries. And the higher the tier, the more XP you'll get from kills shown by these red orbs. But get hit once and it will completely reset. And those orbs can be spent to increase our max health or meter, raise base damage of your attacks, or get more moves that we can also make more powerful. And you don't have to finish the mission to spend them. You can upgrade mid-fight too, which is pretty nice. But yeah, that's Mitsurugi. Like I said, this game is pretty solid. It's short and sweet, running me about 3 hours to finish it. May seem simple, but I like its structure of tossing you into a ring to fight waves of enemies. Just straight gameplay. Plus any game with counters and parries will always be fun no matter what. So check it out, definitely worth the run through. Oh, also, I looked up the devs and apparently it's a small team of 3 members who put this together, but it seems like that's all they did. It sucks because this was pretty promising for their first go. But hey, they might have made nothing else for the past 10 years, but never know, we can always hope for a surprise sequel.